Welcome to the Philippines' premier motor show. This is Autofocus. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa. Here are our features on this edition of your electronic magazine, exclusive to the automobile and its industry.
Starting off with reviews of two vehicle models presently in the local market: a subcompact sedan from Nissan, the Almera VL Turbo N Sport CVT, and a subcompact SUV from Volkswagen, the T-Cross SE. Plus a feature-to-feature comparison of two subcompact sedans, the Suzuki Dzire GL Plus EGS versus the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS. On Autopedia, we'll talk about the installation and tuning of Unichip, and together with the latest news and developments in the local auto industry. We shall have the launch of the all-new Chevrolet Trailblazer as our special feature.
The next 60 minutes is all about the automobile. This is Autofocus, and we'll be right back after this short break.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Autofocus, the automobile show. We start this edition of your electronic magazine with a review of one of the latest automobile models from Nissan. For a while, it's been relatively quiet on the passenger sedan front. But lately, there's a lot of noise in the segment, causing some excitement. And interestingly enough, it comes from Nissan, which rolled out a new, more attractive Almera.
Nissan Philippines has rolled out the all-new Almera and gone as the ungainly subcompact 4-door 5-seater sedan with a dated exterior and outmoded interior, and whose chief attractions were its roomy cabin and excellent air conditioning system. In its place is a sleek and sporty-looking sedan that Nissan says that's equipped with the state-of-the-art comfort and convenience features and driver assist and safety technologies that match or surpass its competition in the segment. The top-of-the-line all-new Nissan Almera VL Turbo N Sport CVT looks cool, taking up space that is 4,530mm long, 1,740mm wide, and 1,460mm tall. Even the terms that Nissan uses to describe the design concept and external features sound cool. The concept, emotional geometry. The external features, V-motion grille, boomerang LED headlamps and taillights, LED signature daytime lamps, kick-up C-pillars, floating roof. The top-of-the-line Almera looks especially sharp with N-Sport designed front and rear bumpers, dark chrome V-motion grille, silver finish outside door mirrors, and the 16-inch N-Sport design alloy wheels strapped by 205/55R16 tires. It also comes with turn signals and AVM or round view monitor cameras on the side view mirrors, which by the way power adjust and fold. The all-new Almera is equipped with a keyless entry system, with top-of-the-line variant also getting the intelligent key that allows driver to lock or unlock doors and start the engine even with key fob in pocket. Nissan claims the all-new Almera still maintains the best-in-class in-cabin roominess while upping the ante in interior design, comfort, and convenience features, as well as smart connectivity. The Almera 1.0 VL Turbo N Sport CVT sports black leather interiors with contrast stitching for the seats to match the black trim on the door panels and the soft touch surfaces on the dashboard. The driver's seat slides and reclines and can be adjusted for height but only manually. The front passenger seat also manually slides and reclines and features a seat back pocket. The rear seat back splits and folds 60/40 to allow easy access to the trunk, which offers best-in-class 474 liters of space for luggage or other carry-ons. The seat back also features a fold-down center armrest with cup holders. Nissan also upgraded the Almera dashboard, which now features a new 7-inch TFT meter with integrated drive assist display. The D-shaped steering wheel is wrapped in leather, tilts and telescopes, and features controls for audio, hands-free phone, and TFT meter and drive assist display. It also is integrated with a voice recognition system. Other comfort and convenience features include power door locks and windows, single-zone automatic air conditioning, and engine push-start-stop system. The Almera infotainment system has also been upgraded with the Nissan 8-inch advanced touchscreen display system that comes with radio tuner, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, auxiliary, and USB portals, in-glass type antenna, as well as 6 speakers. Underneath the hood of the all-new Almera is a 1-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine that generates 100 PS at 5,000 revolutions per minute and 152 Nm of torque, which Nissan claims leads the segment. This is made into an Xtronic continuously variable transmission that sends all that power and torque smoothly to the front wheels. The Almera rides 135mm off the ground and comes with a 2,620mm long wheelbase. The suspension features independent McPherson struts with stabilizer on the front wheels and torsion beams in the rear. The brake system uses ventilated front disc and rear drums. The Almera comes with rack and pinion electric power steering system. All this makes the Almera both safe and easy, and when the spirit moves, a fun sedan to drive. Nissan is also making sure the Almera won't be lacking for armaments when the fight comes to who's got more new tech. The all-new Almera now comes with Nissan intelligent mobility features that provide monitoring and intervention technology, giving car owners added driving confidence and safety. And the top-of-the-line Almera, these features include intelligent forward collision warning, intelligent forward emergency braking, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert, as well as the intelligent around view monitor with moving object detection. The Almera VL Turbo N Sport CVT boasts of having safety features that heretofore come only in vehicles at upper end of the automotive market. These include driver, front passenger, side and curtain airbags, 3-point ELR seatbelts with pre-tensioner, load limit and height adjust for driver and front passenger, and 3-point ELR seatbelts for 3 in the back, ISOFIX and tether anchors, alarm with immobilizer. It also comes with anti-lock brake system with electronic brake force distribution and vehicle dynamic control. The all-new Nissan Almera starts at 728,000 pesos for the 1.0 EL Turbo MT, with the top-of-the-line 1.0 VL Turbo N Sport CVT priced at 1,098,000 pesos. For a worry-free ownership, the all-new Almera comes with a vehicle warranty, the first in its segment of 5 years or 150,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. The competition in the passenger sedan market just got a lot hotter with the arrival of the cool all-new Nissan Almera. Visit www.nissan.ph to learn more.
The competition in the passenger sedan market just got a lot hotter with the arrival of the cool all-new Nissan Almera. The latest auto industry news and developments right after this break.
think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Welcome back to Autofocus. We now have the latest auto industry news.
Nissan Philippines and the Department of Tourism or DOT have renewed a partnership aimed at promoting the idea that traveling for leisure can be safe even under current restrictions imposed by the government because of the COVID-19 pandemic. In the second run of their Safe Trips campaign, Nissan and DOT again aim to show how to travel responsibly and enjoy local tourist attractions while keeping safe against the COVID-19 contagion. The Safe Trips campaign also aims to support local businesses and ramp up awareness for sustainable tourism in such places as Boracay, where the ceremonial signing of the renewed Nissan DOT partnership was held.
The renewal of our partnership with Nissan is very significant because there are still a lot of places around the Philippines that have yet to be explored and promoted. This campaign has helped the department tremendously in not only promoting the local destinations, the products, and of course the activities that tourists can enjoy, but it also promoted responsibility when traveling.
According to Atsushi Najima, President and Managing Director of Nissan Philippines, this year's Safe Trips drive showed that safety and responsibility are not obstacles to enjoying the beautiful destinations of the Philippines. In fact, they are important factors that make your trip a more enjoyable experience for you and your loved ones, he said.
Partnership with Department of Tourism is very critical for us. That we have two intents. One is to help Filipinos to rediscover the beautiful locations in the Philippines and also help revitalize the tourism industry, which will lead the economy recovery in the Philippines.
Najima-san was describing the 12-hour land and sea journey to Boracay Island in the updated Nissan lineup of vehicles participated in by select media, influencers, and DOT representatives to promote and demonstrate long-distance land travel as a fun and exciting way to reach popular local destinations. The road trip featured the Nissan Navara, Terra, Almera, and the Leaf. Highlighting the Boracay segment of the Safe Trip drive was a demonstration of the benefits that the Leaf can provide for sustainable tourism before the island's hotel and resort executives, members of the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, the DOT, and the local government leaders of Aklan. Eco-runs are frequently held by local automakers and distributors looking to highlight the fuel-thrifty nature of their vehicles powered by internal combustion engines. But the Eco-Run, organized by the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines or EVAP, the Department of Energy or DOE, and EV car manufacturers sought to promote use of electric vehicles and drum up support for legislation aimed to help the industry grow. The Eco-Run drew 20 participants, including a number of local EV owners and local distributors of EVs, as well as DOE Director Patrick Aquino himself. From the starting point at DOE office in Taguig, participants were given a choice of running either a north or south leg. The objective was to run from starting point and follow a set route that will take the EVs to various charging stations along the way. The Eco-Run was supported among others by Pilipinas Auto Group, local distributor of Dongfeng vehicles that include EVs, BYD, Delta, Wallbox, a maker of EV chargers, and the Electric Vehicle Owners Society. According to EVAP President Ed Araga, part of the advocacy for accelerating the switch to EVs and the growth of charging infrastructure is to showcase EVs and their access to charging stations. Director Aquino, for his part, said the department is very much committed to see more electric vehicles on local roads. He urged EV industry stakeholders to support legislation to promote, legalize, and build the necessary EV ecosystem in the country. There are now 110 EV charging stations in the Philippines. Car enthusiasts finally had a treat after almost 2 years without a motor show. In fact, it was a triple treat. Sophie De Los Santos put on all her annual shows into one: the Transport Show, the Manila Auto Salon, and the Sport Truck Show.
Well, we missed 1 year, no? The 2020, because I have these 3 shows in a year separately. But it's the clamor of the car enthusiasts and the sport track enthusiasts. They want to see it, no? But I can't afford to hold it separately, and it's very risky as well. So I decided to combine all 3. You see the features of Transport Show here. We have a few classic cars and old school cars, and then of course the features of the Manila Auto Salon. We have more of those because these are the modified vehicles, and of course a sport truck show. As you see, we have several SUVs.
Held at the SMX Convention Center of the SM Mall of Asia in Pasay, the triple treat drew a good-sized crowd despite the restrictions on capacity. There were fewer show cars and stalls, and the aisles were laid out wider, but all this made a visit all the more interesting. Sophie's hoping to stage her motor shows next year as the country and economy opens up more.
Hopefully, I can go back to holding the Transport Show in May, and the last 2 in November. But of course, wait and see. Again, speculate. I have to wait and see, but I will never stop planning. That's the key.
Kia Alabang is the first local dealership to showcase Kia's new store design, highlighted by the new logo that represents the Korean carmaker's new global movement that inspires campaign. Closely following Kia Philippines brand relaunch, Kia Alabang was formally inaugurated as the first local dealership to embody the brand's global transformation.
Iconic Dealership Inc. was given the privilege under AC Motors to be the first Kia dealership in the country to have the new global corporate identity of Kia. This is the new standard of Kia showrooms globally. And we're very happy here in Kia Alabang to be the very first one to have such kind of showroom.
Kia Alabang is strategically located in one of the most vibrant convergences of the urban and suburban markets in the Calabarzon socio-economic region, where the rapid pace of progress is tempered with slow, deliberate countryside lifestyle, according to Bob Palangka, Chief Operating Officer of Iconic Dealership Incorporated, or IDI, a multi-brand automotive dealer group that is a wholly owned subsidiary of AC Motors, an Ayala company. This is the perfect market landscape to highlight Kia's focus on customer experience and complements its quality and stylish products, Palangka adds. Expect more dealerships to follow Kia Alabang's lead and adapt global Kia's new store identity, says Manny Aligada, president of Kia Philippines.
We have over 40 dealerships nationwide. Currently, there are 2 that are going up, and those will carry the new corporate identity, as we call the CI of the Kia brands.
Kia Alabang is only the beginning of the brand's reinvention following the launch of Kia's new brand purpose, he adds. Kia's goal is to constantly provide memorable customer experiences while creating various programs to aim to continuously strengthen the knowledge and skills of all its teams to better serve its valued customers, says Aligada. The 11th dealership under the IDI Group and the 4th for the Kia brand, Kia Alabang, is located along Alabang Zapote Road, corner Acacia Avenue, Madrigal Business Park, Muntinlupa City.
We have just launched our Kia brand, the new intentions movement that inspires program, and all of that is centered on the customer, and we are ready to welcome you into all our dealerships nationwide. So please come and visit.
Those are the latest news and developments in the automotive industry. We shall take another short break. Stay with us. I'll be right back.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Live extra with the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Every time I'm on the road, I can expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. Now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
Welcome back to Autofocus, the country's premier automobile news and features electronic magazine. Here's our feature-to-feature comparison of the latest automobile models belonging to the same category on Head-to-Head. Head-to-Head pits 2 affordable Japanese subcompact sedans in a spec-to-spec comparo. The Suzuki Dzire GL Plus AGS and the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS CVT.
The demand for affordable personal mobility during the pandemic has seen interest grow for affordable subcompact sedans. 2 options in this segment are the Suzuki Dzire GL Plus AGS and the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS CVT. The Suzuki GL Plus is 3,995mm long, 1,735mm wide, and 1,515mm tall. It features a body-colored bumper, black grille with chrome garnish, and a large Suzuki emblem, front fog lamps, halogen multi-reflector headlamps, and 15-inch alloy wheels wrapped by 185/65 R15 tires. Other exterior features include body-colored outside door mirrors with integrated turn signals that power adjust and fold, intermittent windshield wipers with washer and front and rear mud flaps. The Mitsubishi Mirage G4 is 4,305mm long, 1,670mm wide, and 1,550mm tall. The latest Mirage G4 now exhibits Mitsubishi's dynamic shield concept and new headlight, front grille, and bumper design. It features color-keyed front and rear bumpers, multi-reflector halogen headlamps, bulb-type rear combination lamp, side view mirrors with integrated turn signals, LED high-mount stop light, and 15-inch alloy wheels strapped by 185/55 R15 tires. A remote entry system gets into a relatively roomy Dzire GL Plus interior. Upholstered in fabric, the front seats slide and recline with driver also getting a height adjuster. The rear seat back features a fold-down center armrest with cup holders. Standard features in the Dzire GL Plus include power windows, door locks, and steering. An instrument panel with dials for speedometer and tachometer and display for clock, outside temperature, fuel consumption, driving range. A tiltable 3-spoke urethane steering wheel with controls for audio and hands-free phone. And air conditioning with heater and pollen filter, as well as rear air vents. The Dzire GL Plus interior has also been fitted with front and rear door pockets, front console box with cup holders, glove box, and 12-volt accessory sockets. The trunk has 378 liters of usable space. The Dzire GL Plus comes with a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment audio unit with AM/FM radio, USB and Bluetooth connectivity, micro SD card slot for audio and video files, GPS navigation, aux-in and front and rear speakers. The Mirage G4 GLS is equipped with keyless entry and key operation system that also allows the driver to open the trunk remotely. The driver's seat adjusts 6 ways. The rear seat back comes with a pull-down center rear armrest with twin beverage holders. The high-contrast instrument cluster features a speedometer and rev counter, a multi-information display monitor for info such as drive range, fuel consumption meter, service reminder, trip meter, and outside temperature. Other interior convenience features in the Mirage G4 GLS include electric power steering, auto climate control, and leather-wrapped tiltable steering wheel with audio controls. The Mirage G4 GLS infotainment uses a 7-inch smartphone link display audio system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth, radio tuner, USB port, and plays through 4 speakers. Underneath the hood of the Desire GL Plus is a K12M inline-4 gasoline engine with multi-point fuel injection that generates 82 PS at 6,000 revolutions per minute and 113 Nm of torque at 4,200 RPM. This is mated to Suzuki's AGS or Auto Gear Shift System, also known as an automatic manual transmission, which sends powers to the front wheels. The AGS has electric motors that operate the clutch system. In full automatic mode, the Desire GL Plus drives like a vehicle with a conventional automatic transmission. In manual mode, gear shifts can be controlled, the driver toggling up and down gears using the stick shift. The suspension features McPherson struts with coil springs in front and torsion beam with coil springs in the rear. The brake system uses ventilated discs in the front and leading and trailing drums in the rear. The new Mirage G4 is powered by a 1.2-liter or 1,193cc 3-cylinder DOHC MiVec engine that generates 78 PS and 100 Nm of torque. It is mated to an INVEX 3 continuously variable transmission that sends power to the front wheels. The G4 also has an Eco mode that features an indicator on the instrument cluster that lights up whenever the accelerator pedal is operated in an eco-friendly manner. The Mirage G4 suspension system uses a McPherson strut and coil spring with stabilizer in front and torsion beam in the rear. The brake system uses 14-inch ventilated discs in front and 8-inch leading and trailing drums in the rear. The Suzuki Desire GL Plus comes with a number of driver assist and safety systems that include hill hold control, electronic stability program, anti-lock brake system with electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, and rear parking sensors. Also standard in the Desire GL Plus are dual airbags, 3-point ELR seatbelts for 4 and 2-point lap belt for 1, 2 ISOFIX child seat anchors and child seat tether anchorages, child-proof rear door locks, side impact door beams, engine immobilizer, and high mount stop lamp. The Mitsubishi Mirage G4 is equipped with dual airbags, 3-point ELR seatbelts for 5, ISOFIX child restraint, as well as tether anchors. The Mirage G4 GLS comes with anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, brake override system, and a rear view camera with guidelines to make it easier and safer for parking in tight spaces.
The COVID-19 pandemic has made the struggle for sales in the entry-level subcompact sedan segment all the more fierce. The Suzuki Desire GL Plus and the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS seem equipped to be more competitive in the skirmish for sales.
All-new Isuzu Mu X. Take the lead.
Be it fine dining, a romantic garden wedding, a relaxed casual meal, or an important business event, Ilustrado is the place to go. Aside from its famed paella, the Ilustrado restaurant, which is located within the history-laden walled city of Intramuros, is also the favorite destination of food gourmands for its famous callos and lengua and other classic gustatory offerings. Ilustrado restaurant, only for the foodies.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
The all-new Nissan Almera takes on every challenge with you, equipped with what you need. Premium and dynamic design that's an absolute stunner. Innovative tech for a drive that's safe and confident. And an efficient turbocharged engine to take you where you want to go. The all-new Nissan Almera challenged the standards.
Motul is the most trusted motor oil of the top teams competing in some of the world's most grueling race competitions: the WRC, the WTCC, and the Japan GT. Motul is the only 100% fully synthetic motor oil in the market. It has antioxidant properties that prevent premature thickening and aging due to thermal stress and guarantees total engine protection. For more information about Motul engine oils, visit www.motul.com.ph.
Welcome back to Autofocus, the country's premier automobile news and features electronic magazine. Our special feature is next. Chevy Philippines has launched the all-new Trailblazer and may have trailblazed a new mode of holding a media launch. Going on Zoom with individual media entities for a more intimate discussion of the compact SUV now carrying the Trailblazer name.
There's an all-new Chevy Trailblazer in town, and it's no longer the Trailblazer as we know it. The Covenant Car Company, Incorporated, aka Chevy Philippines, decided to invite media entities individually to a Zoom meeting to talk about all that is new with the new Chevy Trailblazer.
Welcome po sa aming 2022 Chevy Trailblazer Media one-on-one interview. Thank you so much for spending time with us. With me, of course, is our President and CEO, Attorney Arcilia. And our product...
Glad to meet you.
Our product planning head, Mr. Dave Zabalier.
Kilala rin ni Jen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and
sir.
of course, yours truly. We are here and we will try to answer your questions in the 15-20 minutes that we have exclusively for you. We can talk about our product, the all-new Chevy Trailblazer, and it's also a nice excuse to make kwento-kwento.
The all-new Chevy Trailblazer arrived looking decidedly smaller than the old, but still definitely a Chevy in looks and attitude. So what is the new Trailblazer all about?
It is a more compact size SUV compared to our previous Trailblazer. However, so it's actually a reiteration. We are using the Trailblazer equity, but this is a totally new product sourced already from Korea. And it is now competing in a different segment. Within our segment, we're one of the biggest and the most affordable. So it's actually a totally new product with a very good recall for a model. So it is already now a monocoque. So it drives differently from the old Trailblazer, the previous Trailblazer that we introduced.
The Chevy Trailblazer arrived as a 5-door premium compact SUV that showcases a Camaro-inspired front fascia with LED IntelliBeam headlamps, LED DRLs, and LED fog lamps. The side profile features taut character lines, a sleek roofline, and a bold hood shape to accentuate its youthful character. The rear of the Chevy Trailblazer features an LED high-mount stop lamp, a hands-free powered liftgate, LED tail lamps, a rear camera, and sensors. It also arrived with state-of-the-art engine technology and driver assist features. The Euro 4 E-Turbo engine is a 1.3-liter inline 3-cylinder DOHC turbocharged power plant, delivering 155 horsepower and 236 Nm of torque. So, who are the target buyers of this new Trailblazer?
It is a set of mas progressive, more mature, hindi naman mature, pero individuals who have arrived at a certain stage in their lives. Medyo mas stable na sila financially, their careers and their personal lives. So they want now a premium compact SUV. Ayaw na nila yung medyo mas... Ito kasi the specifications this is loaded with features and creature comforts. More than the basics talaga. If you peruse through the literature that we have, it has a lot of safety features. It's turbocharged, but it's 1.3 liter. And it has a lot of, for the lack of a better term, fancy features like power tailgate, leather seats, MyLink infotainment system. It's a lot more comfortable, and it also is going to be very fuel efficient. So, medyo mas, yun yung exactong target. People with the more discerning taste, more evolved preferences, for an SUV. SUV pa rin siya, no? Pero medyo mas refined.
Positioning the Trailblazer as a premium compact SUV, Chevrolet Philippines is looking at competing against the likes of what automotive marks and models.
The competitive benchmarks are the Mazda CX-5, the Subaru Forester, and the Nissan X-Trail. If you're looking at length, width, and height, then our Trailblazer will be within, about maybe 20-30 millimeters in all directions, maybe more, maybe less. In terms of wheelbase, definitely squarely within the SUVC compact crossover segment. So I hope that gave you a good idea.
How does Chevrolet plan to beat the competition in this target market?
We are offering it, we're starting at 1.4 only, and then we're making sure that it's packed with all the features that will be attractive to that particular segment. So we're quite confident that it's very competitive, and with our strong dealer support and the banks supporting our Chevrolet clients, and of course, we will be able to communicate the message well. We see that this will again revive the interest on Chevrolet.
We communicate several points about the product. First, that it's a premium compact SUV that is a global product, which means that it's also sold in the US, in Canada, and in Shanghai, and now in the Philippines and Korea. So it's past the strict standards of these countries, and so that means it's a very high quality, high content product. Second, it is a Trailblazer. It's a Chevrolet Trailblazer, and we are the grandfather of SUVs. We made the very first SUV in the history of man. So it's one of those things that gives us a bit more cred, I guess, when we speak about SUV. So now we're offering a compact SUV, and we'd like to think that we've got a little bit of a headway across our competitors because we have more experience in that area. And another one is that it comes with a 1.3 liter turbo engine, and now that fuel prices are on the high side, this product will offer more fuel efficiency. So hopefully, it's the best of both worlds. It's a comfortable premium compact SUV that's not too. It won't make you too guilty because it would be more friendly to the environment.
The arrival of the new Chevrolet Trailblazer has been planned even before the COVID-19 pandemic happened, and now it comes at a time when things are heading back to some sense of normalcy. Can we expect more Chevy models to join the local lineup?
If you remember, in 2018, 2019, we already shared with you that Chevrolet will be changing its product positioning. We will be changing all our product portfolio, and it was really planned for 2021. So here we are, maybe just a quarter late, but as planned. So technically, even before the pandemic, we were already going through a transition. We wanted to let go already of all the legacy models that were already not in production from our original source plant in Thailand. And then we will bring in new products coming from different source plants, Korea, North America, and in Shanghai, China.
It was great having more intimate and comprehensive discussion about a new product being launched. More of this type of media vehicle launch, trailblazed by the new Chevy Trailblazer, would certainly be welcome.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards. the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back. We have more cars for you to know and appreciate as we have our second car review this week. This edition of Car Review checks out Volkswagen entry in the subcompact SUV segment, the T-Cross SE.
Volkswagen Philippines brought in the T-Cross to join the melee in the subcompact SUV market. The T-Cross arrived in the country with some confidence after selling over 300,000 units worldwide, just some 2 years since being launched back in 2018. Volkswagen must have done something right with the T-Cross to convince more than 300,000 people from over 55 countries to bring one home in so short a time. The T-Cross looks good from all angles. Volkswagen designers seem to have hit the sweet spot of sporty, conventional, and distinctive in its latest SUV. Sharp character lines, just the right amount of chrome for grille and bumper, and top and exterior functionalities. Volkswagen Philippines brought in 2 variants of the German brand's latest SUV, the T-Cross S and the T-Cross SE. The S only gets halogen headlights while the SE gets the LED. The SE also gets daytime running lights and front fog lamp with corner light function and rear fog lamps. The electric outside rear view mirrors double as side turn lamps. The front wipers have intermittent control. Roof rails add functionality. Rear spoiler adds to sporty look. Also quite sporty are the alloy wheels, 16-inch rims with 205/60 R16 tires for the S and 17-inch for the SE with 205/55 R17 tires. At 4,218mm long, 1,760mm wide, and 1,599mm tall, with a 2,651mm wheelbase, the T-Cross straddles the narrow divide between subcompact and compact category. This allows Volkswagen Philippines to price the Philippines spec T-Cross in the subcompact category while offering compact segment interior dimensions helped along by the longest wheelbase in chosen segment. Getting into the T-Cross SE is as easy as putting the key fob in pocket. Volkswagen calls it proprietary system KESI Entry Go. Inside, one gets to realize the T-Cross has roomy interiors for an SUV in its class. The seats in the SE use a combination of leather and fabric upholstery with stitching that matches exterior colors of the T-Cross. This is carried over to the color of the interior panel. The driver's seat adjusts 6 ways but only manually. The front passenger seat adjusts 4 ways. Between the front seats is an armrest that slides and adjusts for height. Look up and one finds a panoramic sunroof, something that's getting popular these days. The dash and instrumentation feature a multifunction display, while ambient light adds some atmosphere to riding in the T-Cross. Other comfort and convenience features include air conditioning with pollen filter and rear vent, one-touch up and down power windows, and central door locking. The T-Cross comes with a multifunction steering wheel that has controls for, among other things, cruise control and the audio system. The infotainment system on the SE comes with 9.2-inch touchscreen display, Apple CarPlay compatibility, hand gesture control, and 4 speakers. There are also 12-watt sockets and USB ports for front and rear seat passengers. The T-Cross brought in the country is powered by a 1,498cc 4-cylinder engine that generates 113 PS and 145 Nm of torque. The engine drives the front wheels via a 6-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission with Sport mode that gives the driver some control over gear shifts. Volkswagen claims the T-Cross can attain 0 to 100 km per hour in 13.3 seconds and a top speed of 185 km per hour. This should be good enough for daily use in city traffic and should also make for a fun drive in countryside roads. Independent front McPherson struts and semi-independent composite torsion beam in the rear absorb road imperfections with little drama. While the brake system using this on all 4 wheels, ventilated in front, provide confident stopping power. Helping out in this is the anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution. Driving on hilly terrains or wet conditions is made easier with driver assist technology in the T-Cross that includes hill hold control, anti-slip regulation, electronic stabilization program. For safety, there are driver and front seat passenger airbags, side airbags, head curtains, 3-point ELR seatbelts, and ISOFIX teethers. Parking is also made easier and safer with rear parking distance control and rear camera. Finally, the Volkswagen T-Cross also comes with immobilizer and tire pressure monitor.
Volkswagen Philippines reports that T-Cross got a good reception from SUV buyers following its logo introduction. This bodes well for Volkswagen as we head deeper into the Burr months. Know more about your car and how to take care of it here on Autopedia.
Alright, today we'll be showing you how a unit chip is installed, how it is tuned, and what are the benefits of actually getting one installed in your car. And here we have a 2017 Toyota Vios with the latest dual VVTi engine that already has an intake and a header. So we're going to be installing unit chip next on this car to get more power. In a nutshell, what unit chip is, it's a computer that goes on top of the stock ECU, and we're able to program this to give different commands to the ECU that says, okay, give us more fuel, give us less fuel, give us more spark plug timing, give us less spark plug timing, and among other things. More advanced features are we could use this to control additional injectors to supply a turbocharger, injector controllers for diesel engines, nitrous control, and sometimes also map switching. We can have up to 5 different maps for this one, such as if you want valet mode, total shutdown mode, immobilizer mode, and all of that. And this is where unit chip is installed. It's going to be installed very, very near the car's ECU, which in this case for the Vios, it's hidden behind the glove compartment. So it's 8 wires to install. On most other cars nowadays, the computer box is usually found in the engine bay. Like if you have a Civic, you have a Jazz, you have a Focus. All the computer boxes are now found inside the engine, and that's where unit chip will also be installed. So the way that we install it is we have to cut and splice a few wires. It's normally about 8. Those are power, ground, throttle position, crank position, mass airflow sensor, among other things. So every joint we actually solder and then we shrink wrap and we tape over. So rest assured that nothing will get shorted, nor will it catch fire. That simply does not happen. This is a unit chip wiring diagram. Only we have access to it, the official unit chip installer for the Philippines, which is us in Speedlab. In the unit chip database, there are over 1,000 cars that have diagrams for it. It ranges from something as old as a 1996 Corolla 4 AFA engine to the latest Ranger Raptor, which we're going to be available in a few months. So it's basically 8 wires here. These are the 8 wires that connect to the unit chip. Then these 8 wires connect to the wiring harness of the ECU. It's, by the way, just the wiring harness, not the ECU itself. We don't open this up, we don't touch this, so that remains as is. A little bit history about unit chip. This has been around actually for the better part of 25 years. The guy who invented it, Peter de Wert, is Dutch. He currently lives in South Africa. That's where he produces it. I think he gets a special government grant from the South African government for that one. And then it's actually exported all over the world. You can check it out on the internet, you can check out all the reviews, it's there. It's Unichip because it really is universal. We can use it for pretty much anything with an ECU. Gas, diesel, Chinese, European, American, Japanese, Korean cars. As long as it's an ECU, most likely we can install Unichip on it. So there are still certain cars like this Toyota Vios, you cannot remap the ECU, you cannot change the settings inside the ECU, so your only option for tuning is with the Unichip. Alright, now the Unichip is now connected to the ECU. For this particular car, we're using the Unichip Q4, which has an additional 4 wires to control the throttle because all cars now have electronic throttle. What this basically does is it equalizes the throttle opening, because with all cars nowadays, what happens is you step on the pedal this fast, the throttle butterfly opens this fast. That's the delay that everybody is complaining about with all modern cars. You step on it like this, it goes like this. So what the Unichip does with the throttle control is it makes it 1:1. You step on it fast, it opens fast also. So resulting in a mas malakas sumibat na kotse. So right now, it's connected to the ECU, everything's working, the car's running, the engine is running, it revs fine. There are no check engine lights whatsoever, so that means that the installation is done correctly and everything is working. With every Unichip install, we actually put in a unique starting program depending on what the ECU is. In the Unichip database, there are over 100 starting programs for 100 different cars and 100 different vehicle models and makes and engines actually. So after this one, we're going to be putting the car on the dyno and we're going to be tuning it there to see what the final horsepower is. Horsepower and torque actually. So stay tuned for that one. We're going to be putting it on now. Okay, we're done with the tuning of the Vios here with the Unichip, and this is the results. This red line here is the baseline power. This already has our cold air intake and our headers. So it's about 91 horses, which is actually pretty good for a 1.3 car. For reference, 90 horses or so is the territory of about 1.5 cars like the Jazz and the 1.5 Vios. This blue line here is after tuning with the Unichip. So at peak power, we're at 100 horses, so it's almost 10 horses more at 6,000 RPM. But the biggest gain here is actually, if you look at the torque graph on this side, at the initial step, there's about 6 foot-pounds here. This is even bigger, it's about 8 foot-pounds. Then this dip here is another 8 foot-pounds. So, and this is at the very critical 1,800 to 3,500 area where most of your overtaking happens. So the end result is a faster car, more powerful, a lot more responsive, and drive normally. Given this, you should see about 8 to 10% better mileage. So that's basically the whole Unichip install and tuning process. As from start to finish, it took us about 3 hours total, from wiring up the car to putting it on the dyno, to tuning it, to getting out of the dyno. So it's probably less than half a day. And you walk away with 10 horses on a 1.3 Vios. For other cars, say bigger engines, like a 1.8 Civic, it's anywhere from 12 to 15 horses more. For turbo diesels, we actually get 40, sometimes 50 horses more. The best part is, when you sell the car, you can actually take the Unichip out, install it in whatever next car that you're going to purchase, be a gasoline car, diesel car, any brand, as long as it has an ECU. Your Unichip can be installed in that and can be tuned again, reused, make more power for your new car.
That's our feature on Autopedia this week. Taking care of your ride has been made easier. And that's Autofocus this week. We hope you have found this edition of your electronic automobile magazine informative, as well as entertaining. Check us out on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. On behalf of my dad, Butch Gamboa, this has been your host, Ray Louie Gamboa. Please stay safe and healthy.